Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman by heading over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
I guess you're co-hosting me.
Yeah, I guess this is kind of, I'm not going to make it awkward and do the typical, like, oh, you have a guest for a podcast. Hey, it's Dave, and I got a guest. Let's just jump right into it, right?
You can make it bad. You mean awkward? You can do whatever the fuck you want, Abe. This is America.
I know, but I don't need to make things bad for people in today's day and age.
Okay.
When things are bad.
Okay.
Although, I don't, you made things.
Hi, everybody.
All right.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
This doesn't matter, Abe. The podcast has started, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, no, they're leaving it all. All this is staying in.
Tom's the editor. Tom, leave. Tom. Does he hear me? Tom, leave this all in.
Tom's not here, though.
Yeah, Tom's not here right now. Welcome to Hypecast, everybody. The show where Tom's not here right now, so we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah, we're in charge now, baby.
Yeah.
School's
We're
out.
We're running the show.
Woo! Bumper cars and lick made.
That's your revolution, huh?
Yeah.
I'm one of the hosts, David Bell, and I have a guest host with me.
I'm the co-host today, and I'm Abe Epperson.
Hi, Abe.
Hi.
How
we're
are you?
waving
How
at
you
each other
doing?
right now. I don't actually know if he's waving at me. I
Wait,
actually waved.
Okay, do you have a compass? Do you have a compass?
Huh?
Can we figure this out? No, this will take too long. I wanted to figure out the exact direction to wave to you.
That's true. We'll figure it out after this when we don't.
Yeah, we'll figure it out after
and then
this.
we'll just actually do it, and then we'll have that in our pocket forever.
Exactly, and people listening will know that we did it. We wave to each other in these troubling times.
It's little interactions like this that really make these weeks a little bit more, okay.
Yeah. What you been
waving?
What you been doing with yourself, Abe?
I've been trying to pick up hobbies.
Playing games?
I mean, trying to be creative, and I think I'm succeeding. We'll see. I mean, I could come out with some stuff, and then people will be like, this shit is uncreative, and then I'll be like, all right, bye. Well, I have a lot of issues as an artist, but working on music with some pals that some of your fans may know. Working on a video game using Dreams, which is the PS4 game, and like gaming architecture. All this shit that I would be like never do in a million years. Right. Writing a short, writing a feature, and running the podcast business that keeps my life afloat.
Right.
So a lot of stuff.
You're a busy man. You want to plug your podcast business at the top of this?
At the top of this? Sure. So we don't have to do it. So we can just like coast on the exit.
You can do it at the end too. I don't care.
Yeah. No, some of you may know me from Small Beans. Please come check out our stuff. We do podcasts like this, like Gamefully Unemployed. And it's me and Michael
Theater
Swaim.
Is the Director Piece Theater is, I think, my favorite thing right now.
Oh, thank you.
It's so wonderful.
Yeah. I just did the Dread one. Yeah, and that
was
one
real
was
good.
Putting Hollywood on notice, which now feels like whatever.
we win.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, I like talking about movies and video games and stuff like that, just like every other podcaster.
Yeah.
But the sizzle is that we have like a tight knit group of pals that like to hang out with each other
Right.
instead of mortal enemies, which I assume is how most podcasting networks work. Like you and
I
Tom,
would love to see one filled with enemies, though.
you would kill each other if actually in
Yeah.
a room together, right? Yeah.
Oh, me and Tom? Yeah, we're like two cats.
Yeah.
You put us in the same room, we start freaking out immediately.
It sounds exactly the same.
Yeah. Abe, I'm insulted you didn't mention our Ark game as
Oh
something
yeah, that's
you're
true.
up
I'm
to.
also playing video games,
You've
including
been playing a lot of Ark.
Ark with this guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a game where you train dinosaurs.
Yep.
We don't really do that. That's more of Cody's bag.
Yeah.
I kind of like
It's
just
a very Cody thing to do.
It's so-
like whenever we play a game with him, he hones in on one thing, you know?
It's so funny because every time it's like you guys are diametrically opposed. Every time I can't help you hear me laughing and you know what I'm laughing at. Both
Wait,
of you know.
me and Cody?
Yeah, you and Cody, you just can't coexist. You guys are impossible, which is hilarious because you
He
work on a
is-
show together.
He is so patient when it comes to me in open world crafting games.
I don't
With
understand
me,
it.
he is so patient with the things. I have accidentally killed several of his dinosaurs at this point.
He's all trying to take care of them, and you're just like, "Can I kill
Yeah.
this thing?" He's like, "No."
Yeah, he's has a zen-like quality when it comes to letting things go. Otherwise, yeah, it would be a real big problem. Me being the problem. He's not a problem.
I mean, it's thoroughly enjoyable. In fact, last night I was losing it because we went into this cave, which, by the way, you had pitched as like, this is like easy cave, baby.
That's
like,
what the internet told me.
Yeah. So we're like, all right. You're like, I'm going to go and I'm going to have like a bunch of equipment. We're going to be ready. And if you guys want to come, I bet I could take care of it all myself. So we all suddenly, like, as a bit, I guess, like kind of get over prepared for this tiny little cave. We go in there and we get our asses handed to us. And one
so
of my
many
favorite
snakes.
moments was when we were trying to find a strategy. It was like, all right, you go in there, you distract the snakes. I'll go in there, I'll distract the remaining snakes. You go in there and you grab the stuff. And I wanted to do like some kind of plan.
Right.
And so I was like trying, all right,
That
everyone
was your
stand
first
still,
mistake.
stand still. Don't get the snakes all at you. And then you're just like, uh-oh, the snake's after me. And we're like, ah, shit, run away. And then he's like, no, I'm going in. And my favorite thing about Dave is that despite the fact that I was going the whole time, God damn it, Dave, God damn it. You ruined everything. Fuck this guy. You were like, so I got like most of our stuff.
Yeah, I got my equipment back.
And it just made me look the fool because, like, who was I to guess you? I should have had
Well,
faith in you all along.
I
but
didn't
you're
get your
hard man to
stuff.
love.
I got my stuff back.
Yeah, that's fair, but it still was helpful. You know, you had
Yeah.
most of the good stuff.
Ultimately, that won the big game. That won
Yeah.
the big game.
I'm finding that the more and more we play video games together, and I'm sure a lot of people around the world are having the same kind of similar issue where they're like trying to find ways to interact with their friends that there isn't normalcy when there isn't, a pandemic going on. And I'm finding things about my friends, like I love my friends to death. I don't know if I want to be in a zombie apocalypse situation with one of my friends. Like there's
100%.
aspects that I'm now very happy that I'm prepared about.
There's opposites. Like
Oh yeah.
like Robert Evans, I would want to be in an apocalypse with. He's wonderful for that.
Yeah, you
I
always
think.
have that friend who's like, "Oh, they got that shit on lock." You
Yeah,
know?
and I always feel bad for him. In Massachusetts, I have a friend who like did survivalist stuff and is now a doctor. And it's like, God, if the apocalypse hits, or continues to hit, I guess,
Right.
there's just so many people are going to hit them up, and they're going to have to start like turning people away. Of like, no, I can't join your compound.
Right, they're gonna.
I
Have
got like 6 compounds are courting me right now.
It's like the equivalent of being the friend with the truck.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, "Hey, I'm moving." I remember talking to Adam because Adam had a truck for a while, and when you're in film
Right.
school, a truck is great. because
Right, and
you
at
need
a
to
certain
put
point, you're
stuff-
like, I don't care if you're gonna buy me beer. Like, I don't
just
want to do it.
you know that every production on campus has asked me. I'm
Right.
like, oh, I didn't think of that. Of course you did, because you don't fucking own a truck.
Speaking of movies, Abe,
Yeah, I did
this
do
is.
that
Did
segue
you know
for
this is a
that purpose.
podcast about movies?
Sure, yeah. I mean, like, let's see what's out there that no one's gonna see.
Okay. Well, first,
Because when are
first
the
we
like
got,
what's happening in Hollywood right now? Let's start with that. I don't know if people are aware of quite
Well,
what's happening.
hold on, Abe.
Okay.
Hold on. We got producers.
Okay. Let's.
I'm gonna bang out some producers here. We have that Patreon. We have producers through it who are wonderful. And I want to give them a shout out and a thank you, starting with Lauren Gucci. Thank you, Lauren, our latest one. Abe, if you want any of these, let me know. But I'm gonna keep on going.
Bootler Boodleson.
Bootler Boodleson, thank you.
I like the name.
It's great. So same with Grumblebee.
And Tux.
Tucks. Tuckums.
Or
Tucko.
Tux.
Welsowski. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Mulch Diggums.
Mulch Diggums. Thank you, Mulch. And finally, Norm from Cheers. Much appreciated, Norm.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you guys. We'll be continuing shout-outs later in the episode because we spreaded them out. We spreaded them out.
Spreaded them.
So, okay, Abe, tell me what's happening in Hollywood.
So, there is it's actually kind of like what I was talking about in the Dread episode. So we have a very interesting situation, but going on right now with Hollywood because they don't know what they're gonna do. Everything's shut down. Literally
like
everything. Like, did you see today the Batman's done?
Oh yeah,
Indefinitely.
It's like a movie where they're waiting for a Deus Ex Machina.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just hoping that things will come back,
Which they
right?
will. It's
yes,
fine.
but like sooner than later. I think
Yeah,
this is
they're hemorrhaging money right now, and
Yeah.
there are going to be so many movies that are not going to get their money back, and it's going to, it's going to be the equivalent in a few months, and we'll see how soon or how late it is. That there's going to be studios that are going to be like, please God, we need to our whole yearly budget is fucked. Because they're not
Right.
going to have the money to support their year-end budget, because that's how the money works. Is first money in, first money out. So what that means is that we're going to have. It's going to, in order for them to try to get ahead of the curve of letting, essentially, Hollywood die 1,000 deaths of weeks of box office being at zero. People want to hedge their bets. Like, if you were in that situation, you go, okay, in Q4, what we're going to do is not spend a lot of money. Why? Because we didn't make a lot of money. And if you're not making a lot of money, you need to get the money from somewhere. So it's only going to make Disney more rich is the basic idea.
Oh yeah,
And it's going to make the indie theaters even more poor. And it's like the 2008 all over again, and on steroids. It's ridiculous what could happen, and we're
even
right
more
now
elimination.
witnessing the beginning of that downturn.
Right.
I think that if Disney is horrible, they're going to Starbuck the shit out of movies for the rest of the year, and if they're not horrible, they're going to create new Disney indie kind of theater support, new studios. In other words, put all the people out of business in business. That's the right thing to do. It's the altruistic thing to do. It's obviously not necessarily the smartest thing to do, but that all depends on how you see the long run of the economics. It could be much better for them because then, public opinion of them will be high. There'll be a lot of people who owe them favors, and they'll be but at the same time, if no one's going to movies, even Disney's losing, so everyone's kind of losing, and we're gonna not know how long that's gonna take. Right now, you send me a series of trailers that I'm supposed to look at, and I'm like, every single one of these has to go internet release, right?
Yeah, well, a lot of them were already internet releases, a lot of streaming TV and stuff like
because
that.
everything else is
I think I think that's going to be where everything pivots, right?
I think we're gonna. That's
it was happening already. It's just gonna. I'm most worried about movie theaters for that reason, because I think if studios slowly are able. I mean, that's depending on if their productions can come back, because it's not just releases; it's the productions itself. Yeah, I what you said on that Dread episode, about how producers they're not heartless. They want to make good stuff. I think is true because most people do, right?
That's most humans,
most people are like, yeah, I want to make art. I don't want to make commercial schlock. And so I'd like to believe that Disney would think of it as, okay, we can't just demolish this industry.
Right.
We need to help them. We need to help.
Super be thrifty right now and just because here's the thing, when it comes out, here's something we're definitely going to see. There's going to be a day when it's all going to feel normal again to go to the movie theater.
Right.
And on that day, when the zeitgeist is turned, the mood is changed, that the trend will then become whoever nails it on that first month that we are all returning back, which could be 2 months from now. It could be even 1 month from now. Doubt it. Mm-hmm. But I bet it's in 3 or 4 months. I don't have a crystal ball, but that's the kind of trajectory we're seeing it. Whoever's going to dunk on that shit is going to clean up house. Because people will be clamoring to get outside. We saw the same kind of...
You're right. I bet we're going to see a huge jump of movies right away. Obviously, the ones that have been delayed, that have already... that were scheduled,
that are hedging their bets and waiting and stuff. Yeah,
those are going to probably make a lot of money just from people who want to go to a theater again.
It's also,
and then after that, I can see a resurgence of found footage.
Oh yeah, there's
because they're very
movies,
cheap.
But the big productions, they're gonna slam dunk this. This is something that is unprecedented in a way. Because people were saying, much like this virus being compared to 1918, and Spanish flu and stuff like that. There wasn't a luxury trade this dominant, especially in our city that we live in, was so dominant in culture that it's not like cruise liners or a luxury trade like that, where it's so the elites kind of get it. No, this is the luxury trade of the masses. This is kind of what replaced religion in 1918.
It feels too big to fail, though.
That's true, but it doesn't mean that the landscape can't shift tectonically to the point that it's almost
that's the problem.
That's.
I also don't like relying on. I don't know what the alternative is, but the idea of I hope Disney will help. It's just I hate the idea of large rich people putting our faith in them they're fucking Scrooge, or they're
yeah. I mean, I think it's that
it
sucks.
It sucks, but it's what's the alternative? The government
you don't expect that help because life is rough and no one really gives handouts and all that stuff.
Right.
And that's the nature of a monopoly, is that they're using every piece of their effort, just like they did to get the monopoly, to essentially maintain it. And that's a sad state about human nature or communal nature, or however you want to slice that up. But overall, it's not going to go away. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying that the landscape is going to change.
Yeah,
that on a surface level, it's going to. You're right. We don't know what to expect, but I do think that there's a few things that are going to be very clear. By the time we get out of this, internet release will be a thing. It is over.
Yes.
It is that is already that was teetering. It was already going to go the other way.
Amazon has already branded the theatrical release stuff. They had that ready to go.
Absolutely. And so that's a little too late, but it's just the stick that broke the camel's back kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But we're also going to see interesting stuff movies that are going to like screenings that will happen for like, I think we already saw it with things like The Room and Rocky Horror Picture Show. Like, screenings are going to be a thing, not of the past, but reserved for lovers of the movie. So we're going to double down on our nichedom that we already have going in terms of the multiplicity of studios that we have. And by multiplicity of studios, I mean niche markets. And like, what do? We make one type of animated movie, and it's like basically always this, you know, like we're Leica or something like that. Or we're Pixar, but we only make the cars Pixar's. It's stuff like that the studios will zero in on and find their smaller markets. And then I think that that's going to ultimately that's what's going to actually take the physical spaces. I think there's still always something to go say about like physical, going to a place and enjoying a movie in a physical place and having your popcorn.
Do you agree do you agree with Spielberg about the idea that movies, it's just going to be big spectacle movies in theaters and then everything else is going to streaming? That seems to already be happening.
I think he's right as a transitionary phase.
Yeah, I can
almost over.
Yeah,
everything's transformative. But yeah, I think he's right about that.
I can almost see the multiplex going away,
I think,
and us reverting back into those like really nice cinemas, or like smaller versions with several, like, you know what I mean, like an IMAX theater that just is 3 IMAX screens. You know, where it's just playing
They're always
big
in the niche
box
market.
office hits.
Like, think of it like this: if you're I'm not assuming anyone's having problems grasping this transformative nature of it, but like it would take a lot of struggle and effort by the powers that be to change what the future outlook of like how movie theaters are going to go, to change it from doing exactly what happened with video games. They're still arcades, but not nearly in the same way. So yeah, your multiplexes, they're gonna go away, I think.
Yeah, I
probably
think so
sooner
too.
than you think.
And
you're gonna be streaming movies with your friends. You're still hanging out with your friends, having movie nights.
The end goal, right, is to just have a situation where all the same things are available.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Where the same movies are getting made. It's the scary part is if it twists in a way where just people aren't allowed to make, like the idea of indie movies getting worse and worse. That really scares me, for obvious reasons. But hopefully, like that indie films were dying before streaming. I think.
Yeah. What do you
and
mean
then
by
I feel
that?
like
Indie movies dying?
Like, I remember thinking indie films were less available, were hurting before streaming came along, and we realized like, oh, they can all kind of shift to streaming. Maybe I'm wrong there. I might just be remembering.
I'm not quite sure what you mean by, because you got to think of it in terms of like what the budget of the movie was.
Right. I guess my point is that,
what is an indie movie at that point? Like, is Garden State an indie movie? Because that had much bigger budget than like Neighbors.
Right.
Or no, it actually is on par with like Neighbors. It had much more big budget than like Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes.
Napoleon Dynamite had nothing,
Yeah. We should probably talk about trailers.
All right, yeah. But I just think that that's important for everyone to know, that especially on your Hypecast. That was the first thing I thought when you were like, do you want to do a Hypecast? And I was like, oh man, this is an interesting one, because like all the trailers you're going to talk about, like it's not like the expectation. Like we talked about like the fucking Batman, like the last time I was on. And it was like that movie ain't happening for a long time. Yeah. In fact, they're probably going to lose footage and have to recast and shit.
Yeah, it's really, it's a weird, like me specifically, I'm the victim in all this with this podcast and not being able to talk about movies as efficiently when there are just no movies. And it also means the trailers are, like, I'm not seeing nearly as many trailers or like big movie,
No, it's
so
all TV.
Hypecast for a while
I've
is going to be a lot of TV.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll start creeping into video games. Just the shit to get hyped about when
Shit
you're
to get hyped.
locked in your house.
Yeah. And Tom is just unhelpful as ever right now. I mean, he's not even talking.
Right. God damn it, Tom.
God damn it, Tom. You're not helping.
All right, I want to talk about this first trailer.
All right, what is it?
It's Most Dangerous Game with a Hemsworth, which I didn't know this was happening.
I didn't know this was happening either, nor did I think that it needed an update.
No, neither did I, but okay, it's for people wondering, it's what you think it is. It's like a modern Most Dangerous Game
With
where
Christoph Waltz.
Yes,
Liam
and
Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Hemsworth, yeah.
The Hemsworth is someone's dying in his family, and he can't afford the medical bills, so he runs into Christoph Waltz. And that was the moment when Christoph Waltz shows up. I was just like, "Oh, okay, I'd watch this."
Yeah,
if he's the one doing the hunting.
Well, here's the thing: I first noticed this one was Quibi, right? Which
and that's a real problem
because when we were all watching the Super Bowl, which was this year.
Oh God.
Yeah. When we were watching the Super Bowl, remember we saw these Quibi ads and we're like, what the fuck?
I think it was the Oscars
Quibi?
we were watching.
Yeah, it was probably one of the, yeah.
Point is, I don't watch the Super Bowl.
It was too long ago. I had forgotten the name Quibi. And now
I was dunking on
we're
Quibi.
Quibbing everywhere, baby.
That's the thing. I was dunking on Quibi and I was saying something like, oh, I can't wait for Quibi to come and go. And then they're doing Most Dangerous Game and I'm like, shit.
Yeah,
am I gonna have to? At one point, am I gonna have to subscribe to Quibi?
Well, what's hilarious to me is that I was laughing at it because it was a thing to laugh at the time, and then now I'm watching I think there's another trailer that we have that's also Quibi later.
Yes, we have two Quibis.
And I was like, after both of them, I was like, oh shit, Quibi's got money, dude. And then I was like, wait a second, they had like ad spots on like the biggest shows. Like literally the only TV that I've actually sat down and watched this year.
Right.
Like other than like streaming or like doing like a subscription service, like literally sit down and watch TV at like someone's place or something like that.
Here's what I don't understand. Isn't the idea is it supposed to be small like 10-minute shows?
I thought that I didn't gather any information from their ads.
All right. I'm looking at an article from January of this year. Quibi raises $400 million to make more bite-sized shows.
So they're so
Quibi, which is short for Quick Bites.
Who is Quibi?
Who is
Quibi? Like, where is this money coming from? Is this like someone found some diamonds, or is this like, oh no, it's Rupert Murdoch or something like that? Like, what is the answer here? There's a dark story behind Quibi.
I'm reading that they've partnered with T-Mobile.
So it's ISPs.
I mean, they got Spielberg for the.
What does that mean?
He's doing Spielberg's After Dark series.
Oh, he's doing After Dark.
It's the series that only works when it's night. You can only watch it at night.
That's so stupid. I hope it's great.
I know.
I hope it's so good.
Here's the idea of Quibi, I think, is that it's people realizing that people watch more and more shit on their phones and accepting that.
Yeah.
And being like, okay, what if we like design shows for phones? So quick watches, 10 minutes, everything's quick. The kids love quick stuff.
Do people actually watch movies
Make
on
it
phones?
like interactive and weird. I think
kids do. I guess.
Well, I think people who don't have another option.
I guess
like
that's
I think
true.
No one prefers it. Like when I was on an airplane,
because like tablet,
I needed something to watch.
Yeah. I understand that mobile has its place, and like sometimes that's the only option. But like,
I like the idea that they'll start shooting it more like old films when like they were grainier and things like before HD, so they don't have to put on as much makeup and like nothing has to be as detailed.
And then someone comes out with an 8K screen for no reason because they're idiots.
For Quibi.
And they'll fucking buy anything. God damn it! Don't buy an 8K phone.
I don't. Yeah.
You can't.
Oh no.
See
yeah,
it.
we're
You
done.
can't see it.
We don't need more Ks.
We don't need more Ks. We don't need more megabytes.
Yeah. I still love. I think I told you the story of going to CES when the curved screens were happening.
Oh hell yeah, that shit was the future, dude.
Yeah, and I went to each place and I did it for an article and I asked them like, why are they doing this? No one knew.
Yeah.
One place said, oh, because movie theater screens are curved, and I was like, yeah, but they're curved because the projection warps. It's to make it look not curved, and they didn't have an answer.
So,
and the only place that I went to the Sony booth, and I was like, you don't have any curved screens. Why don't you have that? And they're like, because they're dumb. I was like,
and you're like,
oh.
A place I can respect. Yeah, because they're dumb. Because if you you have to sit at a perfect spot.
Right, they're dumb. No, and they went away. And I wonder if Quibi is going to be like curved screens, because
it seems like they're using a basic model, which is that they're trying an A24 kind of deal, but they're also trying to vertically integrate the produce. It's like if A24 came out, made some movies, and at the same time was like, by the way, you can only watch it on A24.com.
Right, and for 10-minute, like, here's the thing. Is that a 10-minute show means like how much is a season going to be? Like an hour? 2 hours? Because it just seems inconvenient. I was watching Devs today, and you know when you watch a good show, you're like, I don't want the episode to end.
No.
I don't want... If it's a good thing you're watching, you don't want it to be short.
Yeah. You want to... You poorly manage your time and you try to like space it out, but you end up just like being the fattest kid with the chocolatiest cake.
Exactly.
And just
and
gorge on that shit.
That's the thing. It seems like making your Most Dangerous Game movie or TV show like, oh, it's okay, guys, they're only 10 minutes. That doesn't seem confident. You know what I mean?
No.
That seems the opposite, where it's like, well, if it's a good quality show, it can be whatever length you want it to be. It'll be a success.
Yeah, and it's all taking risks on. It's like, I love this moment for Quibi because they're like, they're taking the shot, right? Is it good? Because that's all that really matters. At the end of the day, why is AMC a thing? Because Breaking Bad. Because Mad Men. That's all. Okay. You know, and so we'll see what Quibi does. If it's not good, it will be just like another Quibi, which is just funny because it already sounds like a name. Like, it sounds like a loser name. I'm sorry, Quibi, and I hope to get work from you someday when you're a great success. But at the same time, it's like it's funny for in a landscape of everyone's like, come Scribble, you know, come visit Scribble and Crackle, you know, like there's just so many different names by different affiliates of Sony and, you know, like Warner Brothers and all this stuff that you just sound like another one of those, like you're a startup company, you know?
Yeah. Abe, I have more news for you about this trailer.
Okay.
The show is categorized. The episodes are between 7 and 10 minutes each. And it's categorized by Quibi as a movie in chapters.
That isn't bizarre.
That's just like it's just a movie.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is
that you can break into 10-minute chunks. That sounds awful.
If they nail that, that's amazing because I know exactly what this is. I know exactly what the problems they're looking at when they're like, does that, because you're going to have to walk away from each of those minutes going like, that's a good time to stop.
Exactly.
So how do you fit
there
your
has to be some
cliffhangers?
sort of arc.
How do you disperse the beats?
They're making a, you know what they're making? A dramatic sketch series.
Yeah, which we used to make like tiny little bite-sized, not in terms of the sketches themselves, but we used to do like, here's 3 chapters of like 7 minutes. And ultimately it was a failure, I think, because it was we never cracked the chestnut of how do you make like an act 1, an act 2, and an act 3 that are chapters, but also at the same time make like act 1 feel like a beginning, middle, and end. Like if you're gonna do that's why 22-minute reign king for comedy and 48-minute, because then you get like, oh, this is like a novella or this is like a short story. And then you also can like that's why anthology also became very popular, because it's like, oh, it's still narrative, but you don't have to like, I don't know, have to always deal with the fact of like, what the fuck is the island? You know, you can just like
skip around.
anthology, just another one. That's why like Twilight Zone came back. It's very smart. I don't think they're going to be able to like harangue this.
I don't think
a
so
lot
either.
of good minds have thought about this problem. If they found the solution, and I watch it and I go, oh, that's what they look like, and that totally works, then awesome. But I don't know. I also, like I said, none of us have a crystal ball. Maybe the way in which we, I always take for granted that people ingest structure the same way, because structure is like the silent, unspoken rules that dictate when you feel like this movie feels like it's clicking at a pace, or it feels right, you know? And therefore when it's concluded, you feel satisfied and you're like, I will return to that thing again. And it's so important and so valuable because of that fact. And the fact that people have been throwing astray like basic structural choices, like the one that The Most Dangerous Game clearly is, could be indicative that they're finding out after test audiences that people don't give a fuck about the shit that Abe Epperson thinks is important in terms of structure. I don't know.
It could also be that movies are changing in a way. Mm-hmm. Like the Marvel model, you could see maybe going through that and being like, well, we're making like 20 of these movies and they're all intersecting.
Right.
So we don't necessarily have to follow the same structures. Yeah, I mean, I always thought like the 3-act structure, all that, like, it works so well because it can be applied to anything.
Right.
And you don't even notice half the time.
You don't even notice. And it's because you shouldn't have to notice, because you should just enjoy the fucking movie.
But you can watch like a David Lynch film and be like, oh, he's using the 3-act structure.
I just don't like... I mean, I get it because 10 minutes is TV. Also, like, think about an episode of X-Files, a favorite show of yours. And then you think about how many ad breaks do they have in an X-File? Like 4?
I don't know. It's been so long. I watch it on the streams.
Yeah, I might be lowballing that. It might be like 5-ish, but there's
it's
usually like
probably
5.
About 4 or 5.
Yeah,
there was an ad after the.
Oh yeah, you can't really count the ones
after the teaser,
but they did.
Yeah,
because like at the end,
it's
is that
like
an
5.
ad for Lois and Clark's New Adventures Superman, or is that an ad for X-Files? Well, it's kind of technically branching the two. So like 5 or 6, I'd say. That's about like 12 minutes, 10 to 12 minutes a sequence, which is kind of what I think Most Dangerous Game is supposed to be. It's going to be like, here's a chat, here is a, you know, 1 act. If it's 5 acts in a 48-minute thing, they're going to do the equivalent of like that, right? Or did you say 7 minutes, 8 minutes?
So they said 7 to 10 minutes.
7 to 10 minutes. Okay. That's even quicker.
That just sounds insufferable.
Maybe that's because it's a movie-ish. Maybe they know what
it just sounds like they took a movie and they kind of... I don't fucking know. We're 40 minutes in. We should talk about the next trailer.
Yeah, you're right. This is an interesting one, though, because it's going to come up a lot more often.
What, this next trailer?
Just in general, how things are changing these days.
Yeah, I'm not excited for continuing to talk about Quibi shows on this podcast.
Right.
I just know it's going to keep happening, and it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be like, Christ.
Oh, Jesus.
Quibi's back. This next one is Defending Jacob with Chris Evans, and he's defending a Jacob.
His son.
He's like a dad.
He's a lawyer dad.
And
isn't he a lawyer? Yeah, he's a lawyer dad.
What's that?
He's a lawyer dad, right?
Yeah, he's a lawyer dad, I believe. He's his kid is being arrested for murder of another student, and it's about, I guess they imply that he like found the murder weapon and he's covering it up for his son. It's like a legal drama with Captain America.
There's quite a bit on this list of movies where people are just killing people.
Yeah.
It's just like the populace has turned against itself.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is a TV show, I think.
This is
It's Apple TV. Yeah, this might be the thing that makes me want Apple TV.
Yeah.
Because I love a good shitty like drama, legal mystery thing.
I've been unenthusiastic about Apple TV so far. This could be good, I guess. I like Chris Evans. It does feel a little bleh in terms of premise. Like I can already think of like the 7 possible beats they can do. They're gonna choose one, and it's gonna be fine. You know, like
he did it or he didn't do it. Or
like, is it gonna be Primal Fear? Are they gonna? It's not Primal Fear. Okay, is it about how the community implodes because of it? Okay, so it's Broadchurch. Okay, give me another one. It's just it feels too much like so many other TV shows. But I understand a lot of people haven't seen either of those things. So maybe this will be their first experience with it. So
this is one of those things people like the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, and so like this is kind of one of the same things I like, where it's like I can never watch too many of these.
That's fair.
And I think a lot of people have that. I don't know. I'm also curious about Chris Evans as a dramatic actor. Like he was killing it in Snowpiercer. He's had experience. He has experience in the Marvel films, but to watch him play like, you know, like a regular guy.
Yeah, he doesn't feel like a regular guy because of his roles.
He's too
taken.
Pretty. He's also too pretty.
He's too buff.
Yeah.
He's just so buff.
He's so buff.
Such a handsome buff dude.
Yeah, he's like he's like a Greek statue. He's he's a god. He's a living god.
He's a living god, and
Show
now he has to
fucking
defend
respect.
his son.
Yep. Yeah.
What
I don't know what he's gonna do, Abe.
I think
that's what I want to watch.
Well, he and his wife are surely gonna have a lot of scenes where they're both don't know what to say to each other in rooms.
Yeah, in dark rooms.
In dark rooms, and they'll have to be quiet. Why? Because people are listening.
Yep.
Maybe their son, their murderous, possibly son.
Yep. Oh man,
yeah.
And the son is the kid from It. Yeah, I'll watch the shit out of this. But the problem is Apple TV.
Yeah,
the problem is
I don't.
If I'm in a place where I can afford Apple TV, maybe. But this is like it's like The Mandalorian, where it's like this is the Mandalorian for Apple TV
or
for
CBS
me.
All Access. You're like, I'm never gonna watch Picard. Why? Because I don't want to do CBS.
It's too much work, and no one. Yeah, and Picard, like people are fucking radio silent on that and Star Trek Discovery
because no one watches
those shows. Yep, they have like no hype around them
because it's CBS. Because it's a studio
very
of old
dumb
people and young people are trying to get the old people, and the old people are just like no. I've known many. I know several people who work for CBS and work in like their programming, and they all say the same thing. They're just like, yeah, we every single day. It's like we just want to kick our careers off, and we just when people see CBS, they're like, yeah, that's a lot of big money. That's where all the safe things that people who are like, yeah, that'll be safe, and no one will talk about that. He's like, and I'm creative. I'm intensely creative. I want to be creative, and I have to like green light shit that is just like, no, just do the real milquetoast shit. Yeah, that's the shit right there. Take your toast, put it in that milk.
Feed it to them olds.
I don't know where that phrase comes from. What's milquetoast?
Milquetoast? Milquetoast is
because it's LQUE, right?
Well, there's two. Milquetoast is based off a name. It's like a cartoon character. Who I believe is known for being like lame, but there's also Milk Toast, which is a actual like food that looks just delicious, and it's exactly what it sounds like.
You just take
and I think Milk Toast, the character,
milk?
I think Milk Toast inspired Milk Toast, the character that is spelled the way, and so you can kind of spell it either way,
like olive oil,
when you're using that phrase.
Yeah.
Casper Milquetoast, comic strip character, created by H.T. Webster for his cartoon series The Timid Soul.
Because he's timid. Because he's Milk Toast.
Yep.
Got it.
Because he's Milk Toast. The character's name is derived from a bland and fairly inoffensive food, milk toast, which is light and easy to digest. So if you ask me, when we're using the phrase milk toast, we should actually use milk toast, the two words, because that better describes. That's what the name is from.
Original inspiration.
Yeah, something that's easy to digest.
Yeah.
Milk toast.
CBS. Take
Yeah.
your toast.
So if anybody
put it in
corrects
that milk.
you, yeah, if anybody's like, no, it's spelled MIQU,
Excuse
whatever,
me.
you can say, no, motherfucker, that can be milk and toast.
Yeah, that's right. Dave did some research for me. Bada bing.
I did. I looked this up like a month ago because I was like asking the same questions.
Got it. Good to know.
Yeah.
You learn something every day. Hey,
Yeah.
this is already
Hey.
turning out to be a great podcast.
It is. Speaking of milk toast, what do you think of this next trailer, Survive the Night, with Brillis?
I don't know what.
Brillis the
I don't
doctor?
know. Like, there's something that every time I see a new Bruce Willis trailer, I feel like he's becoming more unhinged.
Yes,
Like
and
he's
like
separating from
quieter and like
his soul is separating from his body or something like that.
Yeah.
He seems less enthusiastic and more like, I gotta do this, and we don't know
Yes.
why.
yes, I'm getting the vibes that he has financial issues.
Like, does he need help?
Yeah, because he doesn't seem to want to be in these movies. I don't think this
I
movie
wouldn't
stars
wanna
him.
be
I
in
think
these
the
movies.
ad. I think they're making it seem like he's a main character. I don't think he actually is.
Mm-hmm.
I love the premise of it, which is that these two bad guys are like do a robbery and one of them gets shot.
Uh-huh.
So they break into this surgeon's house.
Why do
They
they
hold his
know
family
he's
hostage.
a surgeon? Like, that just has to be circumstance.
It seemed
right?
like they already had. Yeah, they had some
like
sort of
they got the
relationship
down
with
low
him.
on like where surgeons live in
Yeah.
the area. Like, that's a pretty hilarious setup.
And they're like, look, we're gonna kill your family unless you operate on this guy. And the funniest thing happens, which is that the surgeon and I think like his son are just like, no, let's fight back. And I was thinking like, no, just do the
Just
thing.
surgery. You're a doctor. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
just
right.
do
They're
the thing
bad
they
guys, but like
they're not robbing you.
we
like
also
they're not doing
give-
anything.
Like, it is considered a war crime to deny like the enemy,
Right.
like medical. Like, if you just let them, like if they're shot and you just let them. Isn't that right? Like, isn't that Geneva
Yeah.
Convention shit? Like,
I don't know, man. It also just, why wouldn't you? Why they have nothing. It's one thing when it's like they're gonna kill us, so we have to get them first.
right.
But it seems like, at least in the trailer, these guys just want the surgery done and they'll be on their way.
And also I like that they hint at like, and Bruce Willis is there and he's not the main guy. Like, they're all younger than him, but also
Right.
here's a shot of he used to be a cop. You know, it's like,
Right.
all right, so he's gonna do some shit. All right, so we're still, it's like the same thing, but it's like Bruce Willis light.
Yes, and I think this is straight to VOD. Yeah, someone check on Bruce Willis. I know Halle Berry was his neighbor for a while. Halle Berry, if you're listening, can you check on Bruce?
He's probably high as fuck though. You know, he's
yeah,
just
maybe.
getting high all the time.
Probably. Why? What else would he do? Listen, he'd be
it's
getting
awesome.
high, playing the harmonica,
Yeah,
doing
just fucking having
yeah.
a great time. Great.
Ah,
Good,
Bruce.
having the best life. Good for you.
Having
You don't need to
the
be in this
best
movie,
life.
but I understand if you want money, get money. I guess.
get money, I guess, Bruce. But like, I feel like you can be. I don't understand Bruce Willis. I know. Well, sorry, I don't understand the affordability Bruce Willis because,
Okay.
for example, did you see Glass?
Yes.
He obviously wasn't affordable for that movie.
No.
They could barely put him in it. But that's like a bigger budget movie than this movie.
Yes.
So it's like, why can they get him? Why does he do Death Wish and like these shittier movies that feel like straight to VOD?
Because he
But the
has a
movie
wage.
Glass-
He has a wage. He has decided, and he's like, "You get me for 8 days. You do whatever you
Right,
want in
and
those
so-
8 days.
Right, yeah, and if it's a shittier movie,
You want 9 days? Okay, it's that much." And so
Right.
that's just how it all shakes down. And so
Yeah, you're right.
someone was more ambitious and like, all right, we can survive the night. We can shoot this in like, let's bang it out in 1 day. We got Bruce Willis, baby. He's taking all the budget, you know.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's the choice they make. Every producer, every production is different about their priorities.
Yeah, you nailed. No, you did nail it because that just makes sense. Because Glass, it's like, well, we have to spend more time with this plot.
Yeah, and we have
can't
other
shoot
people.
the entire goddamn thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can't. So we're gonna shoot
So
him
Bruce
with
Willis
like.
will come in. We'll shoot him for a week.
and then he's gone.
And then he's gone, and so he won't. He'll only be in like a third of the movie, and that's that.
This one they
God damn it,
can
Bruce.
probably just shoot in a house for most of it. So he was there for a few, for like
Yeah.
whatever it was.
You know what it
15
is?
days and he's gone.
I think Bruce Willis just might not like movies very much.
Oh yeah, why would he? He's done
yeah.
them so many. Like I totally understand the senioritis aspect of things. Like him and Harrison Ford, I totally get it. Like it's hilarious and I love watching it. But like watching Bruce Willis on award shows, or not award shows, but like talk shows, one of the best things ever. He's
just at work.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, do you need me to be enthusiastic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I
All
worked,
right. Like
when I worked at a 24-hour diner, I was a dishwasher, and the waiter there was a single waiter. He worked with me the midnight to 8 a.m. shift. He was in his 60s, and he was the Bruce Willis of wait staff.
fucking love it.
And it reminds me the same way, where he was so grumpy. He was very nice to me because I was on the right side. The customers he would treat like absolute garbage, and it was so fun.
It's kind of delightful in its way.
Exactly, it was just this old guy who did not give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, sometimes.
And that's kind of Bruce Willis, is that
Bruce
he's
Willis.
been doing this for a while. He doesn't care, but you know what? It's his job. So yeah.
My favorite one is Live Free, Die Hard. There was like a dispute, a negotiation dispute, and his response was, okay, well, you let me know when you found your new John McClane.
Oh yeah, who's your second choice for John McClane?
And
It's
it's just
so
like,
good.
Ah, fuck yes. Shoot that shit
Yeah, that
right
was the
into
Kevin
my
Smith
veins.
story, where he made Kevin Smith rewrite a scene.
Yeah, because
And the studio didn't want it. He was like, "No, you were using his version."
why the fuck not? All right, let's move
Yeah.
on. Oof.
All right,
This one.
it's fine.
This one.
What's the next one? Coffee and Cream.
Fuck this movie.
Okay, I have yes to what you said.
Yeah.
I have an argument for it.
Okay, hit me with it.
It's just that we don't get ridiculously dumb buddy cop movies anymore.
That's true.
We don't get, what is it, K9?
Cop Out.
Turner and Hooch.
Could we get Cop Out?
Cop
Yeah.
Out. Where, well, I
Willis
was thinking where it's cop teams up with blank.
Oh, I see.
And the blank is
you mean
like a
okay,
dog
old
or a
school.
monkey.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Where it's
And this
like
is-
Rush Hour. Would that be another consideration?
They're both cops.
Oh yeah, they're
So that's
both
just like-
cops.
Cop teams up with better cops.
So Shanghai Noon. I don't know why I'm stuck on Jackie Chan
Jackie Chan, yeah.
because
No, I forget what they are. I think, aren't they both just like in Shanghai Noon? Owen Wilson's just kind of a con man.
he's just a con man, and then Jackie Chan
is
like
going there to avenge something.
yeah, he's there on the orders of.
But they're both just guys.
Yeah, they're both just guys, but then they eventually become the law. Point is, this movie is about what's his name, Ed Helms.
Yeah.
And he's dating a woman, and their kid hates him, and he's a cop.
Yeah.
And it's what I was getting to is that like the setup is so racist, though.
I was about to say, this feels very racist.
It's so racist because it's like white people are cops, black people are drug dealers.
Right, and also it's just this one white guy who's like surrounded by like wacky black characters.
Yeah, it's just like, oh man, dude, this is rough.
I don't know. I feel like, yeah,
It's rough. It's real rough.
I don't know who made it. I don't know what the movie turns out to be. It's just like the initial optics of this
The
trailer.
initial
I'm just like,
optics, yeah,
man, I don't know about this.
Also, I want it to be known that in the trailer, so this isn't even like Red Band trailer either. The kid mentions to Ed Helms that he's like, the wrong pig stuck his, or that pig stuck his dick in the wrong
Dick in the wrong blanket.
which is his mom.
Yes, I did enjoy that line.
That is kind of funny, and also like Jesus Christ, that's in your trailer.
Yeah, I feel like the kid is gonna be great.
I'm hoping that they save the movie.
Yeah, I don't know because the plot just feels like I don't fucking
It
know.
looks
Like the plot feels like it's from the 80s too. Like it's just like geez, I don't know.
It's also
man.
because the trailer, out of necessity of like having to move along and stuff like that, just sums up whatever instance that occurs that means that like now all these drug dealers are after them.
Right.
It's like they make it seem like, well, it's just because he's white and they're black, which is so loaded and fucked up.
Yeah. Here's the thing with Ed Helms' vehicles is that, have you seen a lot? Have you seen like Tag or Vacation?
No, I haven't seen Vacation. I saw Tag.
Okay. They're all slightly off. Mixed in, like Vacation has some legit funny shit.
Uh-huh.
And I think Tag did too. I don't remember
that's
that
kind
movie
of
as
we're
well.
in like post-hangover kind of situation.
Yeah. There's always these sprinkling of like parts where I'm like, that's really good. I really like that. And then other sprinkles where you're like, I don't know what the fuck this is supposed to be. Like his movies are very weird.
Yeah.
They're like off. Like the ending of Tag was like, what the fuck?
You're right. You're right about that. I don't know if that's him.
The premise
Didn't he
is
do,
always like
Cedar
sweaty.
Rapids as well.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that one kind of fell off too. Like I know what you're saying. It's
I'm guessing
bizarre for no reason.
Yeah, it's like a dream where nothing quite makes sense.
Yeah.
And so this feels
But that's like
similar.
Hot Tub Time Machine was that to me too.
Yeah.
And like I think that's just comedies now, unfortunately.
Yeah, they have to be wacky.
Like it's a
They have
brand
to
of
have
comedy,
wacky, crazy
like
plots.
pretty higher.
But I guess I mean in the plot, like the ending of Tag is one of the most bizarre endings of a comedy.
Yeah, that's true.
But
it's not like
so
out of the offbeat. Everything's kind of offbeat.
Yeah.
You know, like it kind of comes from that National Lampoon's kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
But it's not like throwaway like I think the joke in a lot of newer comedies is like, let's take the National Lampoon's throwaway lines, but then play them as real. Like, yeah, this is it.
Right.
This is happening. Like, is a phrase
That's
that
the
is
thing.
said a lot in these types of comedies.
Yeah.
Because they like the idea that it's like, yeah, but isn't it even funnier if they're like serious about it and it's not just like, oh, it's magical realism. What if it is realism? And so it turns out, oh, that's the ending. That's the ending of your movie. All right, that's weird.
Right.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
It's just a trend.
Yeah, and I guess there's like Ghostbusters is a crazy goddamn concept of a movie too.
Right.
It was just the execution was so good
Yeah, because they play
that
it
we don't.
close to the breast.
They play
a
it
little.
straight.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm never gonna see this movie, so I guess it doesn't
I
matter.
doubt I'll see it. And just the,
You wanna talk about
the
the-
title.
the ne-
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Coffee and cream.
The Willoughbys?
Willoughbys. Is this based? It's based off a book.
I don't know, man. Why do you keep showing me this shit, man?
I don't know. This movie looks beautiful. That's the only
It
thing I
does
can
look
say.
beautiful. And it who made it? It's
Fucked if I know. What is this? A podcast about movies?
yeah, what is it? A podcast about movies? Who did make
I can tell you about Milquetoast, and that's it.
Yeah, no. It's a Netflix. It's on.
Netflix.
It's going to Netflix. It doesn't. It looks like Leica, which is the second Leica reference. I've made
It's
today,
got 3 directors.
which is a thing that happens. 3. We're getting a little out of hand, but like I don't understand what's going on in this movie. They're clearly doing like these. It's like Royal Tenenbaums infused.
Yes, it feels very. Yeah, I don't know about that. It feels very Wes Anderson.
Well, I mean, I'm literally looking at like floral wallpaper, and like they all have the old style scuba suits or whatever there used to be when in like the 1920s. So it like already is like, oh, that's Steve Zissou right there, and it's just
Right.
like they're kind of just making the tweeness of that particular aspect like palpable. But it's also embedded in this, like, it looks like to be a family drama where the kids feel unloved by their parents for some reason. because
Right,
I
so
think
they
the
send them
parents
on
are off
vacation.
adventuring and don't care about their kids.
Yeah.
There's a line at some point where the girl says like, "Oh, they're gross" or something. So we're not sure exactly. They might just be pieces of shit, and we just are supposed to go, "Okay, I guess they're pieces of shit," and we just drop it. Because it looks like most of this movie is the kids going on having wacky adventures. My guess is by the end of the movie, everyone's going to learn that adventures are fun, but family's better, or something like that. But yeah, it's all dressed up in this like kind of fairly avant-garde-esque, if you look like 5-10 years ago, about like what was happening in animation, but like dressed up for like a Netflix audience, so it all looks polished. The jokes seem terrible, but it also seems like a G-rated type
kids
of
are
deal.
dumb, so yeah.
So bring your kid to this. It's wacky.
The Wes Anderson thing is a little, I don't know. I remember when I first watched this trailer, I looked it up real quick to see if Wes Anderson was involved.
Yeah,
because I was like, are they just taking his thing?
Yeah.
Everyone's, and yeah, the answer is yes.
Everyone's taking his thing, because you realize his thing is not that unique, but he just does it very, very well.
Yeah.
So they're coming at the king.
Yeah. Take your kids to this. You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
If your kids see the trailer, they want to see it, and so that's that.
I did see in the trailer. I paused it.
Oh wait, it's on Netflix.
It's on
so
Netflix.
yeah, you'll definitely throw this on
never
while your
gonna
little,
go to the
while your little
theaters.
shits are screaming.
Yeah, just on the Netflix. There was one joke that I did find that was funny, which is that at a freeze frame I saw there was a Department of Orphan Services.
Oh.
And then their motto is "We correct where you went wrong," and then their logo is a clock in a cage.
That is pretty good.
And I was like, "That's pretty grim, dude."
Yeah.
So I like that. That was the joke that
nice.
got me, making me think, okay, but I can already tell that was a joke that, like, I was lucky to find it in the trailer. You're probably just as lucky to find it in the movie. Maybe they go there. I don't know. They seem like they're pulling out of the parking lot, so maybe there's more jokes with the orphan services. But it seems like it might be one of those types of jokes where it's like, that's for the adults who are, like, really looking,
Right.
So we'll see. If it's that type of movie, then there's not going to be any fun jokes. Or this could be like a Paranorman, which, once again, kids movie, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll see.
We'll see.
All right, next trailer is another Quibi.
Survive. This is a whirlwind of
We did it at the same
emotions. So
time.
this has got Sansa Stark in it, right?
Yeah, and she's great.
Yeah. She's usually pretty damn good. I don't know what she's going to be in this one. This movie seems like it was pitched. It's got a strange pitch, man.
Well, again, 7 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, so here's what we know
So
from the
I'm
trailer.
guessing the first. The trailer is very weird because it takes a while to get to the point.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
They do a lot of
It's
build-up
like-
of stuff that are, like, she's got so many things happening in her life.
Right, and I don't know why they do this whole thing about her psychological state and that she's leaving a some sort of hospital.
It looks like a mental
she's-
institution because she's taking
Yeah,
pills,
yeah.
but it's like it's like
And there's like a caseworker with her. Like,
Right.
the guy is like, and they do this, and like halfway through the trailer, they're like, "Oh, and she's on a plane and it crashes, and
right.
she has
So
to
she's
survive
let
in the
out
snow."
because she seems quote unquote cured, but she's also got this monologue that kind of makes it seem like she's gonna kill herself on the plane
Right.
because she's like,
But
"This will
we
be the
don't-
last plane." And then and then there's the crash that with the plane, and now we're in a survival like cliffhanger movie.
Right, and I feel like I got not only what the whole movie or the whole Quibi is, but like what even her arc is. I'm like I get that that's clearly an important part of the story, but you don't have to show that in the trailer, Quibi.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know
what
you're
you
new
do.
to this.
I don't know what
You
they're
just
working
have to
with.
show the surviving part.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because she meets the guy, and they're the only two to survive, it seems. By the way, there's
Yeah.
a shot of him like getting like fucked over by an avalanche, and I'm like, so she's alone now, right? Like,
No, because then it shows her getting dug out of the avalanche.
yeah, okay,
But it does feel like it's one of those trailers, but even more so, it does feel like we knew exactly, like the first Quibi will be like a 7-minute her at the hospital getting out, right?
exactly.
Maybe it'll end with the plane crash. I feel like they'd want to get that.
There's gonna
in
be
there
like
fast.
a phone call, and like getting aborting and more story, and then there's gonna be meeting the guy is episode 3, and then the crash is episode 4, and then.
Oh, you think it'll take 4 Quibbies?
How many Quibbies are we talking about?
I was thinking maybe 2 Quibbies to get to the crash, because isn't the crash the big deal? I don't know. Yeah, you might be right.
Maybe 3
and
Quibbies then.
There'll definitely be the crash will be crash, then Quibi ends, right? And then Quibi begins, and then there's like recovery and
in
going.
your head,
walking.
Quibi isn't like a Quibi is like 1 7-minute block. Got it.
I don't know what you'd call all the Quibbies as a
Quibum.
Quibum. Okay.
A Quibum.
So the full Quibum.
A full Quibum.
And and then there'll be a Quibi with they're surviving. They clearly have to go down some cliff. There'll be like maybe 2 Quibbies about survival. Then a Quibi with the avalanche. It'll end on the hit, right?
Yeah.
It'll start of her getting dug out, and that'll be like the 3rd act of the Quibum.
And then wrap this up. 2 more Quibbies to end it, right?
Yeah, where he kills her and eats
we have
her.
a denouement. Are they going to do a denouement as an entire Quibi? Because that's weird.
Yeah.
Because usually that is like the last 5 or so minutes of your movie.
Yeah, that's going to have to be a Quibi.
So they're going to have a whole
Gabe, I'm
Quibi.
sorry.
They'll probably... She'll like arrive and then she'll like talk to her mom or something. I don't know. But that will be its own Quibi, right?
Yep. And then you got
it's like
your
the
whole
most boring
Quibum.
Quibi where a lady was saved and like got back to life. Like got back to normal culture. How much you want to bet that the guy that she meets on the plane is in on it with the avalanche?
Ooh, that would be great.
Twist, right?
If there's like a flashback Quibi episode that shows them making the deal.
Yeah, they're like making the
like
deal.
They're,
we're gonna
like
make
they
so
went to
many
school
Quibbies.
together or something, him and the avalanche.
Yeah.
And they
and then
they're like sleeping with each other.
There's like a stolen kiss.
Yeah.
And she like, no.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly
I don't know what
that.
the fuck to expect. This looks like a teen movie too.
Yes.
Because everyone's young and cute.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
Let them have it, you know.
Well,
we
it's
got
Quibi.
it. Generation before us
Who
got
Who you making Quibbies for? You're not making them for the olds. That's CBS's
That's
job.
CBS. The little milk toast.
This is the Sith. If CBS are the Jedi, this is the Sith.
This is the Sith,
Like they're polar opposites.
Yeah, and when you have the dyad, it's when a Quibi meets a milk toast. Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Let's fuck everything.
Fucking everything. Solar Opposites. This is the trailer for, I think, Hulu. The Justin Roiland, who made Rick and Morty, his next show. What is with...
I thought it was a movie. Is it not a movie?
I think I don't think it's a movie.
Okay.
I'll look it up. I thought it's his new show. It's
it could be
American sitcom. Yeah,
it's a sitcom. Okay, good. That changes a little. I thought it was like a movie.
Well, what is this? He's not the first one to do this. I guess I know the answer. It's just really bothers me. Is someone makes like, Family Guy.
Yeah.
And then they're like, that was a hit.
American
You should
Dad.
make the exact same show. Saying that, I should know American Dad, I think, is way better than Family Guy. I'm not just saying that because we know someone who writes for it. Robert Evans got me really into American Dad like long ago. But you know what I mean? Where they look very similar.
Oh, it's literally made by the same people. Yeah. And they're not going to reinvent the wheel. It does bother me too.
And Solar Opposites feels like this too, where it's like, okay, so it's a crazy family in a house, in a neighborhood, and it's like, but
it literally
you just
looks
did that.
like Rick and Morty. Every aspect of it.
Yep.
It's just like you're looking at an episode. You know what? It's because Rick and Morty is also so because it transcends form in a lot of ways because of the nature of what it's talking about. Like usually has like multi-dimensions and stuff like that. We see there's this kind of there's something happening with like Nancy Sinatra little boxes kind of thing that's happening with like what Justin Roiland's doing with like the suburb in Rick and Morty, which is because it's literally paper mache. It can be blown away. Nothing matters. They look identical. It's fucking nonsense. So the reason that he accomplishes that, or that show accomplishes it, I think, is because they show it being exploding all the time.
They know nothing matters.
Nothing matters, and because then they just reboot the universe or some Deus Ex Machina. This feels strange because it seems like it doesn't have the sci-fi element, although maybe it does have a sci-fi element because they're not human, definitely. I didn't really get what was going on other than there's a family of aliens trying to fit in.
Yeah.
In Earth. But so it's like a third rock from the sun kind of thing. Yeah. But it also seemed like the trailer, which is very strange to me, the trailer, which is pushing Justin Roiland as the co-creator of Rick and Morty, says it loud and up front. Everything looks exactly like...
everything sounds like it's similar jokes.
And I don't know if Justin Roiland wanted to do something different, which is weird to have it look exactly the same and have the same type of jokes, but like it looks like a PG-13 Rick and Morty is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how you make that work. Like I don't know if that's what it is. I don't know if that's what Justin Roiland wants, but like if it is, because it remarkably looks like it, that's very strange to me because that's not why he works for me personally.
Yeah, same here. I mean, that would be an interesting idea. I don't know, when I first saw Rick and Morty, just seeing, like, having experienced Family Guy, South Park, The Simpsons, it's funny how they all have the same, like, direction. Mm-hmm. Where when I saw Rick and Morty, I was like, this is so good and fresh. I can't believe in, like, 5 years from now, I'm going to be sick of it. Because I just knew that's what would happen, you know what I mean? Where it's like I can't wait, I can't believe like 5-10 years from now it'll go through the cycle that every cartoon show goes, where it's becomes really popularized, a lot of products, spins off to another show, becomes the jokes get old, they become just taglines. Yeah. Which I would say Rick and Morty has done a great job at staying fresh, though.
Yeah, I think they hate the idea of taglines.
Yes, they make fun of it, and they like that's Pickle Rick is that.
Mm-hmm. So to see this happening is strange.
Well,
what to expect?
Yeah, I do. I do think they all. I mean, the thing is, what I'm saying isn't necessarily bad. Like fucking Futurama is terrific.
Yeah.
Disenchantment is terrific. It's just still the same pattern. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And Matt Groening, the fact that Futurama was so wildly different than The Simpsons, like I really appreciate now.
Yeah, that's kind of the diamond in the rough, to be honest. Like, is that felt like all the best writers jumped to that. Like the quality of that was hot when Futurama was going on. The quality of that was higher than it was on The Simpsons, if I recall. Yeah. Not that The Simpsons is bad or anything like that. It's just like it definitely had a golden era, and Futurama seemed to also have a golden era, which is like almost all of it.
Right. It's weird to think that Rick and Morty will eventually, or could eventually, become irrelevant, Yeah. It's weird how everything... Because I remember how fresh Family Guy felt.
That's comedy. Yeah, remember when Venture Brothers was like the edgiest fucking thing out in the world?
Oh, I still love Venture Brothers, though.
And then Venture Rick Brothers and Morty came along and said, like, you fucking think you're cool. It's like, it's did the same. It's just always going to be changing. Comedy moves faster than anything. It's the fastest.
Yeah, I do think certain comedy ages worse than others. I've been watching old Simpsons. Those are still fucking great.
There's a timelessness and a universal aspect of comedy that if that's... It's like timeless is that's the best way to think of it, because like it really, like if you can make that joke and make it be timeless, then you're never gonna age. But the thing is, comedy kind of needs to age because otherwise you run out of shit to talk about, because we can't make Cheers all the time.
Why let's make Cheers all the time. You want to talk about the final trailer?
Yeah.
Do you have any more thoughts about Solar Opposites?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait on that one. I'm not a huge Rick and Morty fan, but I'm not a Rick and Morty fan. It's just like, I get it. It's funny. There's a lot of
It's more
really
about the significance of the show, how it's
I like season
it's
one.
the new South Park, it's the new Family Guy,
exactly.
it's the new
at this point in comedy, it's just like, yeah.
Yeah. Predator Hunting Grounds. This is a video game by the makers of Friday the 13th.
Oh,
game.
it is. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yes, that, Abe, is why we will be playing it.
It looks a lot better than that fucking game.
Well, they've grown.
Yeah.
It's basically the same premise. But
You
instead
got a
of Jason
Predator.
Voorhees, one person plays
There
as the
was
Predator, everybody else
absolutely
plays
no
as Marines.
gameplay footage of you playing as a Marine. No fucking.
Oh, there's other gameplay
Okay,
trailers.
because this one
is
was just
the new
literally
one.
like, you are the fucking Predator. Oh my
This is
god.
the-
That was just like,
I think,
does it?
don't they say it like Predator trailer or something like that?
Oh, okay,
or-
maybe. I didn't see it, but it's
Yeah.
Predator Hunting Grounds. So
yeah.
that's all anyone ever wants to be is the Predator. You're jumping from
I don't
tree
know.
to tree with your fucking laser sight.
Here's the thing: is we played Friday the 13th game, and I know you weren't as into it as me and Tom,
Uh-huh.
but being a counselor, sometimes you'd have nights where you just wanted to be a counselor and not Jason
Really?
Voorhees.
I never
Yeah.
had that. See, I was
because
always
Here's-
bored as a counselor. I was just always bored because I was like, what am I doing? Open up desks?
you got to open them desks, Abe.
Just fucking who cares?
What I like about the balance of that game was that being Jason Voorhees was viscerally fun. But at a certain point, I got so good at it that it was almost boring. And, other people can't say the same thing, but it's kind of frustrating to be Jason Voorhees. You realize how kind of hard it is to chase them. Whereas I think the satisfaction of escaping as a counselor was really fun.
Okay.
So that's why I think it was more like the ratio is you're a counselor way more than you're Jason Voorhees. But I bet if you were Jason Voorhees all the time, you would get bored with that quicker.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like we always
So I
get
think-
bored of Mario.
What?
So, no, sorry. No, I long short of it, I disagree. No, if it was a well-made game, you wouldn't get bored of being Jason.
No, I think the point is it's not that you get bored, I guess. It's that being a counselor, since you're that more than Jason, it's being a counselor is rewarding enough that's almost equal to or better than being Jason.
Okay. I thought this
think.
was like a Hitman, but instead of Hitman, you're the Predator.
Well, no, I'm talking about Friday the 13th.
Yeah. No,
I'm
but
just
it's the
saying
same.
that. Yeah,
These two.
I think it's the same basic idea, but you have guns and you're like a Marine and stuff, so you're not helpless.
Yeah, that's true. That may change everything.
Like here's the difference is I think the object of this game isn't to escape, it's to kill the Predator.
Yeah. It's not just
So it's
yeah. Because it's
Yeah.
a one-sided situation, Friday the 13th. Predator
it's
is
basically
not.
a boss battle, but where you take turns being the boss.
If we don't have a like cinematic where the Predator rips a spine out of like a muddy waterfall and you just get the skull of a very surprised Arnold, then what the fuck are we even doing this for?
There are 100% death cinematics like Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I just need the one
Yeah.
where it's like, you thought you were good. You thought you
Yeah.
did the mud thing, huh? You did the mud thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Because, like, apparently, yeah, we've all seen
Yeah, you gotta
Predator.
do the mud thing.
mud thing, they got to do the mud thing because how do you put that in a video game? Because it doesn't make you invulnerable to the sight of Predator. Because if that's true, like, they have to find some dynamic to make the mud
Where you rub mud on yourself.
like you
so
can't
you
find mud or something like that. You have to.
I
Make
bet
mud.
there's a mud. I bet there's like puddles of mud that you can go bloop, bloop on yourself,
Yeah,
and that makes you briefly invisible.
yeah. Okay, I could get
That's
into
what it
that,
is.
but they're gonna.
Oh, you will. Abe.
Friday
You
the
will
13th
get
fucked
into
up
it.
the dynamic of it. That makes it interesting. There's just like
Yeah.
literally no game meta. It's just wait to die
Best game.
or do boring stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you're bad at the game, then yeah, that is how you could interpret it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Well, I guess I'm sorry. I forgot I was talking to King Jason over here.
Thank you. Finally.
You're just so good at being Jason.
Call me by my name. Look, Friday the 13th game, I think me and Tom have gone on the record saying yes, it is a very clunky game. It always has been. It's kind of hard to defend it because of how, it's not a game that most people would pick up and immediately be like, oh, this is amazing. You sort of had, it's a niche game. But it has a solid cult following.
Oh, for sure. Just like the movie does. I mean, it's not that I don't see the allure of it. I just hope they've figured out the polish.
This looks more polished for sure.
It does look like a lot more polished because you're like running on trees and stuff.
Yeah.
I could see myself getting hyped about this, but I'm not. I'm trying not to because that's kind of what ruined the Friday the 13th for me. Is that I was like, oh, that's a really cool idea. I'm going to get, and my friends are into it. We're going to all have fun. And then I go and play. I'm just like, all I can do is just like walk. I try to run. I get tired all the time.
Yeah, you got to
duck. 3 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, it's like we've been playing Ark, man. It's like Ark.
Yeah, I guess.
But Jason instead of a dinosaur.
Get rid of the leveling system in all of these games. Or at least in the Friday the 13th games. I understand you got to give like end game stuff to them, but it's just like I just want to jump in and play that game.
Leveling's important. You got to get those cool. You got to get that stuff, man. You got to gamble.
Just make it
get those
cosmetic
power
items
ups
or whatever. Like I don't know.
There are. You get bathing suits and shit.
I know. Make that all for playing.
Oh, I see.
I don't need to like have buffs to my stuff because then it's like, okay, so I have to play this game. I have to grind this kind of shitty. I
didn't know you were so upset with the buffs. Oh yeah, because you don't want to grind.
Play it well and be like, okay, now it's fun.
Right.
Like I understand.
You can
grind
still.
to win
I don't
is
know, man.
Gaming.
I've been playing as the Chad. I've been playing at the Chad without any buffs, and like if you know, like it's strategic too. Mind you, some of the most effective way to beat the game is. Like here's the thing about that game is you kind of have to not like you can just hide somewhere and you have a very high percentage of not getting killed by Jason Voorhees, especially when everybody else is doing stuff and someone calls the cops and you can leave. And that's a very boring way to play the game. So you have to sort of challenge yourself to get XP and be a hero because otherwise it's very boring.
I'm sure this will.
So
I'm hype about this. We're good.
Okay. I wanted to. Okay. Let's talk about news stories first. Let me rattle off some more producers for you all.
You want me to take every other one?
Sure, man.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to start with Davey Francis.
Hey.
Thank you, Davey. Great name.
Second one is Chancy Pants.
Chancy Pants.
Yeah.
You should get the next one. It's got a.
Okay, it's Space McNulty.
Space McNulty.
That's a good name. Strong name.
That's a good name. Captain Fat Strong. That one makes me giggle every time.
Captain.
I don't know.
Huh?
Yeah, that used to be Where's Bane was the original name they went by, and they're like, let's change it to Captain Fat Strong.
Space Mutiny.
Buff Hard Cheese or whatever.
Man, large McBrick.
Yeah, large huge
or something like that.
That's terrific. Hiram, thank you, Hiram. You're wonderful.
Oh, great! It's that guy. That's another name. That's not for Hiram.
Yeah, it's not. These are two different entities. Lef, thank you, Left, not Left. Lef. I got it.
Bob Grenville.
Thank you, Bob. Woo. Also, thank you to Bart Fartigan.
Woo.
That one rolls off the tongue.
Nolan Matten. Or is that a...
Nolan.
Is that a...
Thank
it's not
you.
Nolan Martin? It's Nolan Matten.
No, it's Matten.
Want to make sure that everyone knows it's Matten.
Matten. Joshua Graves, thank you so much. You want to get the last
Andrew
one?
McGuire.
Yeah, Thank you very much. We're on to news stories. I feel like we talked about the main story.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we need to like cover the news too much. The only big thing is that Stuart Gordon died.
Yeah, that sucks. That's
director of Reanimator and From Beyond. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Or is it just Beyond? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people die. So I guess there's that. Until you get some green goo to put in them, I think we're stuck with that.
Let the Reanimator jokes begin. I think he would take pleasure in that.
Yeah.
You know?
I think
he was always a cult guy, so
he really was. He reminds me as early Peter Jackson. So I don't know how many people like Reanimator is definitely the cult horror.
Right.
I think if people like real gross horror, and you haven't watched those films, you really oughta.
I think if you had a life like this guy, you fucking killed it.
Yes, he definitely killed it.
He's like surrounded by people who, or not necessarily surrounded. I don't care. Maybe we don't care about fame or something, but it's like it's nice for working as long as most of us work in a creative institution to have like a cult following, like diehard fans who are like, even though your movie came out decades ago, people are still having movie nights and remember your movie and, you know, go and see you at Comic-Con or whatnot. And the fact that he made something that I still think is not good, but is undeniably charming, and to have that charm persist through the ages like that, what a dream.
Oh yeah, he had a great career. He wrote Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. He wrote Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I always forget that.
Wait, you get that he wrote the sequel, but you... Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Because he wrote Blew Up and Shrunk the Kids.
Wait, no, sorry. Hold on. He wrote Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Okay.
Everything else he got story credit.
Got it. So he created the Rick Moranis franchise.
Well, yeah, I think the idea of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, right, is that he was originally writing that to be a grotesque horror movie. Like, I'm not even joking.
No, I believe that 100% now that I hear that.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember Stay Tuned?
Yeah, where they get sucked in the TV because of the devil.
TV.
He didn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah. We need more movies
but it's
like
still
that.
Stay tuned, man.
It's still the same. Kids get sucked into stuff.
Yeah, well, were those kids?
It was like a family.
Kids get sucked?
Or was it no? It was
I thought it was John Ritter.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Didn't John Ritter?
I thought kids came along too. I can't remember. It's been so long.
All right, hold on.
Maybe
Google
I don't
Stay
remember.
Tuned.
Stay tuned.
Everybody, hold on a second.
I remember that poster like crazy though.
Oh
Stay Tuned poster.
Yes,
I'm looking it up right now. I might have to buy it.
Yeah, John Ritter. Oh, Jeffrey Jones. I think he was the devil, which checks out. Or maybe Eugene Levy.
Yeah.
One of the two. Yeah, he was the devil, Mr. Spike. Yeah, they get a satellite dish with 666 channels. Mm-hmm. This can't be a good movie.
What's Stay Tuned?
Stay tuned. Is it?
I don't think it is. Let's watch it. And
we're probably gonna watch it. This is the director of The Relic and End of Days. Made Stay Tuned. So
get that god shit. Get that.
Gonna watch it.
That dark lore.
Yeah, I guess that's it for news stories.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys some more producers. We're very bottom or top heavy on this one. Usually the producers are more spread out.
We wanted to talk about the pandemic stuff. So
the pandemic stuff, which was
kind of the most
was
the
worth
box
starting
office
with.
News that's the Guardian article.
That's it. There's nothing.
We talked about
fucking nothing going on, folks.
Mm-hmm. Movies not being made.
Mm-hmm. So some more names here. I want to thank Ozzy.
Hey. I want to thank on your behalf Tom Quasi Dangerous Levels of Hype K.
Hold on. Okay. AJ. Thank you, AJ.
Tip Drizzle.
TD. Tip Drizzle.
TD.
Tip. Thank you.
Whew.
Thank you for that wonderful name. Frankly Amish. You're great.
Great.
You're great.
Mrs. Voidus.
Mrs. Voidis, thank you so much. The Ghost of Dave Thomas. How many ghosts? Is the first one a
I
ghost?
don't know.
No, that's just Norm from Cheers. Never mind.
It's just a
thank
norm, not a ghost. Aaron Burser, what's up, my abs?
Abs. David Knife Boot Henson, MBA, CPA. Bunch of letters there. Still don't know what they mean. I think Tom has said what they are, and I've ignored him.
I know definitely one of them.
Yeah. You can say it out loud. I won't remember.
It's a master's in of bachelor arts. Or no, it's it's bachelor. No, wait, MBA. No, I don't know what that is.
MBA is a master's in being awesome.
Being awesome.
That's
what
what
the
it
fuck
is.
am I talking about? Yeah,
Yeah.
I got it backward because MFA. I have a master's of fine arts. And
CPA
I thought, like,
is
that business something. Business
CPA is
administration?
like a
master's of business admin something.
no.
Like
It's a
it's a
master's in being awesome, comma.
I've seen it around.
Crazy party animal.
Whatever.
Is the CPA.
Christopher Robert Sparts Esquire.
Thank you, Bobbert Sparts, the lawyer. Mackenzie, righteous hand of the lizard people, chill.
Nice.
I love it.
Funky J.
Funky J, get down with Funky J. I think it's Jesus. I think it's something we were talking about, Sneaky Jesus. Were you there for that? For Sneaky Jesus?
No, I don't think so.
I just really like the idea of a sneaky Jesus.
I really like the
Sneaking
idea
around.
of fancy Jesus.
Fancy Jesus and a funky Jesus.
Funky Jesus.
It's the three Jesuses. It's the Holy Trinity Trinity of
The
Jesuses.
Holy Trinity, yeah.
Like in the Bible.
Yeah, exactly. And one of
That
them
I've definitely
sneaky.
There's you got your
Fancy.
sneaky Jesus, you got your funky Jesus, and you got your fancy Jesus.
And they hang
Right up
around
there. That's when
and do crimes.
Right? You do. Okay, hold on. It's the. Okay, let's see. It's
Trying
the
to
head.
figure out the ecosystem of the Jesuses.
Well, when you do the cross, it's like
Oh.
you do the forehead is I think the
Forehead.
that's the sneaky Jesus, and then you go down, and that's the fancy Jesus,
Fancy Jesus.
and
There's
then the
four-
nipples are funky
Are you
Jesus.
talking about Stations of the Cross? What are you talking about, dude? You're
Yeah,
talking
that's
about...
what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I've never read the Bible. I'm assuming that's all the Jesuses, right? You know what people do in churches
Yes, I
where
do. I do.
they rub their foreheads, they rub their tummies, and then they check their nipples. That's what they're doing,
That's
right?
what they're doing. Yeah, they're checking for Jesus.
You gotta check the
for
nipples.
any of the three Jesuses in those four placements of their hands.
And Pie Guy.
Yeah, and Pie Guy.
Thank you, Pie Guy. Yep. Everybody clap. Everybody clap. Thank you.
All right.
You don't have. I meant the people listening,
Okay.
but Abe,
Yeah,
can I tell you about a movie that deserves more
I
hype?
think you can.
All
I'm
right.
excited.
I am excited. This is called Phoenix, Oregon. I chose a movie that's out right now
Yeah,
because, fucking why not? This
I enjoyed this
movie.
trailer.
Yeah. It looks really it's basically about two friends hitting middle age, having the midlife crisis, opening a bowling alley / bar. And that's the movie.
Yeah, and it obviously kind of has. It's an indie look of things, so it's like pretty independent. So it's a lot of people in houses talking and stuff. But he's an artist. He's a cartoon artist, graphic artist, and he just doesn't feel like he's ever gonna make it, and he's gotten in a rut in his life. And he gets convinced fairly early on in the movie that this is a new phase in his life. By some people who walk in and kind of tell him that this is the way to go, and he kind of goes, I'll do it. And then the rest of the movie clearly is like a bunch of just like very tiny random circumstances that cause from when you choose to live your life with other people. Like when starting a
Right.
bowling alley, you're going to meet a lot of really weird people, and they're going to now be your confidants and near you in real life all the time, and so you get pulled into their shenanigans and they get pulled into yours. So it seems like one of those life affirming movies, but it looks like it's quirky and weird in a very indie comedy way.
Yeah. Yeah, and it in times like these, like it just seems like a really like fairly relaxing watch. That's gonna be, it just looks kind of charming and nice,
Yeah.
The writer director is Gary Lundgren, and he doesn't have much that I've heard of or anything that
Yeah,
I've
I've
heard
never
of.
seen him.
Yeah. Also, what makes this significant that I found very cool is that this is going to be playing on a virtual movie theater that is splitting the revenue 50-50 with with like a chain, not a chain, but like a group of art house theaters who are like struggling right now.
I think it's in Phoenix, Oregon, right? Which is where he's from, or
maybe
the equivalent of whatever town he shot this in.
Yeah, it's 17 art house theaters. This is released on the 20th. It's $6.50 a ticket to basically buy the movie online, a one-time screening link to view the movie at home, and a free digital copy you get once the movie hits on-demand release. So basically you're buying a one-time screening like a movie theater, but then you're also buying the digital copy when it later comes out so you can watch it whenever you want then.
Yeah.
And it's just a really cool idea to support locally owned theaters, something we were talking about at the start of this.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of this one-time purchase, and then, but you also, because you're kind of taking a tip from like Kickstarter and a lot of the subscription/revenue crowdsourcing versions of income that we've seen from the internet, you're going to see a lot more stuff like this, and this is very smart, I think, to try it out on these types of movies, and very important to support these kind of movies, because this is the litmus test for Hollywood. They're gonna go, okay, so this is an indie darling, it has no right to do well, and if it makes its money back, that's like a good signal to Hollywood of adopting this kind of system. Well, they'll be like, if you want, you can get the new Disney, the new Marvels or whatever for $7, and you watch it at home tonight.
Right.
Or
I also like
you can go to a theater and watch it, and also when you're done with it, you get a copy of like you get XYZ like or special features. They'll figure something out.
Yeah. God, I want you to know that while you were talking, my cat was standing on my desk with her face about an inch from mine and then started mashing the keyboard with her feet. I'm glad we didn't stop recording.
Did she type exactly what I was saying?
She typed / apostrophe semicolon / /
So the thrust of it.
Yeah, more or less. But yeah, Abe, I agree with what you're saying. I hope that chains like independent, like separate theaters can find a way to almost like chain together without becoming just a big company.
Yeah.
It seems like a good idea for them to stick together in these terrible times.
We already have the buildings. They're great buildings. People in towns should not have to throw away their theaters. They need to find a way to support them. This is a great methodology.
Yeah, or we can do porn theaters again, I guess.
Yeah. But then you're just gonna have just like cool guys hanging out.
Yeah, just too many cool guys in sunglasses.
A bunch of cool people hanging out at porn theaters. And that's Phoenix, Oregon.
That's Phoenix, Oregon. I mean, check out the trailer, you guys.
See if we like it.
If you need something, if you're at home and you're hanging out with a spouse, or like, I don't think kids are gonna like this, or you're just hanging out alone and you just need something that'll make you feel a little uplifted, something fun, and something that is going to a good cause.
$6.50 it's a ticket,
and it's $6.50 a ticket. That's like 90s ticket prices. So check it the hell out. And that's it. That's it. We're done. We did it.
We
Abe.
fucking did
we're
it.
We're only an hour 40 in.
Oh, Jesus.
That's okay.
Poor Tom.
Yeah, no.
He's been waiting to talk this whole time. But we gotta cut him
he's
off.
not gonna. Yeah, Tom, sorry. There's no time.
No time, Tom.
No time. Abe, thank you so much.
Hey, man.
For
Thanks.
being on this.
It's always good to hang with my pal.
Yeah.
My pals.
And,
sorry. My pals.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Tom. You want to plug the things again?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. While you're spending $6.50 for a ticket, you can also throw some money our way to see a lot of cool podcasts, or you don't. You can just enjoy us on YouTube, which is free, or you can go to our SoundCloud and get little later releases of all of our podcasts. We have many. And that's with me and Michael Swaim. I'm Abe Epperson. It's called Small Beans. But yeah, if you want to come to our Patreon, you get early access of all that shiz. And it's a fun little community. We got a Discord, stuff like that. So check us out.
Small Beans is it? It's because you guys have famously small, like little testicles,
yes,
right?
That's exactly it. When we showed each other our testicles, we were like, damn, those some small beans. And the rest was history.
And that's where that... Yeah. Sorry.
No, you nailed it. I don't know what you're apologizing for.
I'm apologizing to the world.
Okay.
Yeah. Check it out, you guys. It's really great. It's been keeping me sane, like your podcast, because I'm sure as fuck not going to listen to my own. It's been really, yeah. It's been a real, I guess, lifesaver, but.
Yeah, I mean, I do the same because I can't listen to myself, so I'll listen to your guys. This fucking
right. You listen to your friends talk.
You guys have some good ones. Fox Mulder still gets me. The recent one where you guys were just like, oh man, no, I think this might be the all-time craziest he's ever been.
Where he tastes the blood.
Tastes the fucking blood. What a fucking maniac!
It's really it's really upsetting.
It's just a good show. It's a good show. You should be proud.
Thank you. Yeah, people can check out our Patreon at patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed for exclusive podcasts. That's all. And I guess this, if you don't look, times are tough. People might not be able to spend any money. So leave us a review on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, it does help.
That helps.
We looked at the numbers.
Yeah, same with Small Beans. It helps a lot. So if you have the time, it's free. Leave us a nice review.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. And I don't know. Check your nipples.
Yeah, make sure that they're still there. In the
forehead,
in the name
forehead,
of funky
tummy,
Jesus,
nipple,
sneaky Jesus, and fancy Jesus, your nipples are still in place.
Yes.
That's
all
what
right.
the thing means.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Say goodbye, Abe.
Bye.
Bye.
Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, Corlew, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.